Hey folks, David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. You're looking at a live chart. This is a live trade about to happen of Hormel Foods, HRL. Looking to get filled at 34.38. I'm going to explain what the 35.01 level is in a minute. 34.38, I'm not filled yet. It's bidding, there we go. Okay, I'm filled. Now, let me explain this trade, but first, what is gap trading? Gap trading is when stocks are gapping higher or lower at the open. Case in point, Hormel Foods, HRL, you're looking at it. It closed yesterday up at over $37 a share, and today it opened just over 35. That's a gap down that qualifies, and in my course at Lazy Gap Trader, I teach what qualifies as a bona fide gap trade, which stocks do you play, what are the characteristics we're looking for. I give you the whole ball of wax. So let me explain what happened. This morning, each and every morning, I give out my gap trades to traders that want to get them. It's a separate thing from the course. It's optional, but they get my gap trades each and every day. On the list this morning, among others, was Hormel Foods, and there were two levels given, 35.01 and 34.38. The stock opened at 35.23, I believe, and immediately went lower. I had an order in to buy at 35.01, looking for a bounce higher. It didn't happen. The stock cut through that level and traded down, and you saw me pick off the 34.38 just now. We're trading down to 34.25. We should get a bounce here pretty shortly. And so what happens is we're still only a couple of minutes into the trading day, and there we go. Excuse me. So we're only a couple of minutes into the trading day and looking for a bounce higher. There we go. Nice bounce. 34.50. So I've taken a loss on the 35.01, just to be clear. I took a 35-cent loss, and so now the second candle opened, and what I was saying was that I took a 35-cent loss, and sometimes when levels are close together, and by the way, I'm having a stop. In fact, I don't have it yet. I need to put it in. Bear with me. Okay. I will have a stop. I will be stopped out of the trade if we close below the low of the previous candle. That low is 34.19. Not a close, pardon me, any break below that, and I don't want to be in the trade. I'll have to take two losses if it gets below that level, and it is what it is. But the reality is these trades will win about 3 out of 4 times. In trading, we know that we're not going to win every trade, but we go into every trade with the understanding that we did our work, the level is good, the stock should have a price reaction in the other direction, and that's the ball game. And sometimes, pardon me, 1 out of 4 times, it just doesn't work. Trading, okay? But what we have is a strategy, a methodology of gap trading where we're looking to identify specific stocks that are having specific moves, okay, at the open, which creates an opportunity for traders. We can identify a specific price where a stock should, A, be drawn to, and B, have a price reaction in the other direction. And that's what you're seeing here. The stock traded through the $35 level, and that's okay, it happens. But the stock wasn't going to trade through both levels, 34, 38, one after the other. It's just very unlikely. It's an unlikely scenario. So I've taken a loss on the first trade, but I'm already up on the second trade about the same. Well, it's bouncing around. The point is what am I looking for on the second trade? Well, I know that this level is good. I know the stock should have a bounce, and it should get back over $35 a share. It just is what it is. So what I'm actually looking for on the second trade on the 34.38 is I'm looking for a bounce over 35.01. I'm probably going to look for 35.20, 35.25 possibly. Happen in minutes. It will happen at some point throughout the day. At least that's what I think. But it may not happen in a couple of minutes. But what we should see is we should see 34.75. We should see 34.80. That should happen. You know, as long as we remain hovering above 34.50, they'll want to get to the next level, which is generally the next level would be 34.75. Stocks tend to move in quarters like that, down at this level. Stocks that are higher prices move in 50-cent increments or dollar increments. But down here at $35 a share, they move in quarter increments, 25, 50, 75, and then to the next round number. That's just the way it works. So, sometimes what I'll do, by the way, on a trade like this is I'll buy half a position at 35.01. And if the stock gets down to the second level, because it was close by, I won't do it when the levels are dollars apart, but since this level was 63 cents apart, what I will do sometimes is buy half the position at 35.01, and then if it gets to the second level, I'll buy the other half of the position or the remaining half of the position and look for the bounce there. I didn't do that today. I bought a full position and then I abide by my own rules and I stopped out. It is what it is. However, I'm looking to recoup those losses and come out of this trade on Hormel with a gain overall. So I'm not really worried about it. I think we'll get back over $35 a share. It just generally, that $35 number is a strong support area. It was a little surprising to me that the stock traded through that area as fast as it did, but that's trading. The market will humble you each and every day. It is what it is. You have to have a system. Gap trading is a systematic approach. That's what I teach in my course. There's your 75. You see what I'm saying? Now we go up to 80, 87. Wow, look at this bounce. That's tremendous. So now I'm up for the day. I'm up 50 cents. And so I took a 35-cent loss on the first half, and I'm up 15 cents. Well, it's bouncing down a little bit on the second trade. So that's the way it works. I fully expect to win the second trade. That's the way it works. So it's pulling back a little bit, back to retest the 75, 34.75 area. That's the way the market works. It goes back and forth, up and down, and that's why we can identify areas where stocks should have price reactions in the other direction. I teach everything that you need to know in order to trade the gaps successfully in my course at lazygaptrader.com. Look, I'm not going to hang around this trade forever. I've got to get on to other trades. I'm going to be in the trade, but I can't hang on the video forever. So looking for 35 and a quarter, that's where my order is to sell the second trade, the full position. You can come back after you see this video and see if the stock traded up to that level or did I have to take less of a gain or whatever. So anyway, I can teach you how to gap trade if you have the desire and the discipline to do so. I'm David Frost, lazygaptrader.com. Come over to check out the course, lazygaptrader.com. David Frost. Thanks for tuning in, folks.